Hey Robin, let me try to answer some of your questions here. I'm at work, I have just a few minutes, so let me try to pop them out there. What brought you there in the first place? I first came here on invitation from a group of homestay students that stayed in Los Angeles in 1985. I was their coordinator and their teacher, and after they returned to Japan, they all sent me invites to come and visit, and I came and traveled around. In fact, I just was contacting one last night. He's working now. He's president of a company and all kinds of stuff. Amazing guy. So that's what first brought me to Japan. What was the most dangerous thing you experienced in Japan? Most dangerous thing in Japan? I'd have to say I was almost involved in a street brawl with Yakuza once. That was pretty bad. They were actually beating the man up. We were all sitting together. They came and sat with me, and they started beating the one guy up, and I was right there, and a businessman rescued me. So that and the hornets. That was probably the other thing. The dangerous hornets here. I encountered them a lot. Three. What was the greatest thing in Japan? What is one of the greatest things in Japan? One of the greatest things in Japan? Well, for me, nature here. You know, the mountains are the greatest thing here. Probably the safety, the security, the peace, the calm, the organization, the cleanliness, all those things. How did you learn Japanese? I don't speak Japanese. My Japanese is really poor. I'm barely functional, and I took a year off from work to study Japanese full time. I managed to pass one of the government tests, but I probably forgot everything, so I consider myself a non-Japanese speaker. But how did I learn what I did learn? I went to formal school. Five, how do you plan your routes and places you visit? Because every time you take a video, you stumble on something. I have no planning whatsoever. I just drive until I see something that catches my eye, park the car, and head out. I avoid trails, I avoid routes, I avoid planning, I avoid making any preparation at all. Sometimes I'll leave a rough idea of where I am for my wife on Google Earth, so that if there's an emergency, after all, I'm a family man, I have to take them into consideration. But that's about it. If I was single, though, I would never plan or leave any notes. It's just kind of the way it rolls. Okay, I'd like to visit Japan after my study. Any suggestions? Shizuoka's the best place I've ever been in Japan. Where I live here, it's great. The mountains, the city, the culture, everything. Thank you very much, Robin, and I hope this is helpful. I'm sorry it's brief. I'm at work and have to get ready for class. Talk to you later. Bye bye.